Congratulations to Charlamagne. Um, you put in the time, you put in the work. As controversial as your takes are, some people like you, some people hate you. It comes with the programming. You can't be loved by everybody, and if you are, that's an issue itself. That definitely needs to be examined. Um, I got a clip I want to play with y'all real quick. I want to know, would you prefer to see podcasting and YouTube creators transition from YouTube over to other streaming platforms like Netflix, Prime, Tubi, et cetera, et cetera? How would you feel about that? Or do you think that some things should just be left alone? Let me run this real quick. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about any of it.
It looks like we're getting some more podcasts on Netflix. So Netflix strikes deal with iHeartMedia's on video podcast. And the Breakfast Club will be one of those streaming on the platform. So I guess you guys are right. It looks like radio is dying and it's all about satellite and podcast. So some of the shows included in the launch lineup are The Breakfast Club, Bobby Jones Presents the Bobby Cast, My Favorite Murder, Dear Chelsea, Joe and Jada, yeah, Joe, yeah, Jada. This is important. The Psychology of Your 20s, Behind the Bastards, Stuff They Don't Want You to Know, Stuff You Missed in History Class, Stuff to Blow Your Mind, New Rory and Mal, okay, Rory and Mal, Three and Out with John Middlecoff, and Buried Bone. And this is dope because a lot of people have been praying on the Breakfast Club's downfall, saying that they need to be the next ones to go. You see what happens when you prey on people's downfalls. And also, shout out to Joe and Jada because they just got onto this podcast game not too long ago and they already making moves out here. I love this. I really do.
This is how I feel from a business perspective. All money isn't good money. Now, I have a Netflix subscription. There's things that I watch over there, but it's movies based. You have Love Island and things of that nature. You got certain TV programs over there, right? Netflix to me has always been based on their movies, sitcoms, old and new, exclusive to their app. I never went to Netflix or thought when I got up or I got ready to unwind from a long day, let me go over to Netflix and watch a podcast or anything that involves life. People having conversations about life. But if you telling me you about to cut me a check for $200 million or whatever the number looks like reasonable to me, and I say, oh, a lot of people would look at that and think, all right, shit, this is an upgrade. This is definitely about to be worthwhile for me. 100. Like some people are looking at it that way. Others not so much. I don't like that it's bad enough that you get censored on YouTube. You can barely say what you want over there. How much more do you think you're going to get off over on Netflix? That's the real question. You think you're gonna be able to talk the same shit over there? Remember when Pop Your Balloon went from YouTube over there? Do anybody here watch Pop Your Balloon on Netflix? Does that show even still air? Is it doing good numbers? podcasts, to me, they were originally supposed to just be raw, authentic. You're supposed to be able to say whatever the hell you want on those shows, right? There's a paywall that I don't like. I can't really put my finger on or describe it, but it feels as if you move over here, then the only way you're going to be able to watch them is if you have a subscription. And you're going to be limited. You're not going to get the same Jada Kiss and Fat Joe that you get on YouTube over on Netflix. It wouldn't have mattered if it was Fresh and Fit or O'Shea or Nofugazee. You're censored on YouTube. Yeah, the hell is sure going to be censored over there. And I just don't think a lot of people are really behind it for real. If anything, put these platforms on a space where they can say whatever the hell they want and they won't get canceled for it or flagged for it. Not on an app that can get shut off because you don't pay your subscription. Seem like you were looking at that one large sum. And I think another aspect of it is, well, on YouTube, you get paid based off of views, comments, clicks, visibility, and motion, and how well the algorithm supports your content. Versus over here, you're getting a flat fee, all your money up front. You ain't gotta wonder if the analytics are going to do you dirty or not. They come and smack out of pocket and giving you this right here. But I'm not a real good numbers guy, so I couldn't say if one is over the other. But clearly, Netflix is trying to move some chess pieces against YouTube, and I'm asking myself, what does that look like for content creators on YouTube? For the people who consume YouTube on a daily basis. Now, if you asking the conspiracy theory side of me, they handpicked specific folks to go over there on Netflix. I honestly think they controlled. Or they've had conversations and there's some compromises that were made that's going to restrict them from being who you expect them to be over there. Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, WWE went through 5 or 6 different networks, and none of them ever were as good as USA to me personally. Some things you just need to leave alone, and I wish them all the best, but I highly doubt you're going to get what you expect out of them from over there. And I would honestly say to content creators, I wouldn't be dismayed by this. Actually, I see it as an opportunity to expand in the YouTube market. Because I'm not really confident that everybody is going to just leave YouTube and follow the Breakfast Club and all these people over there to Netflix. I don't. But I mean, whatever works for you, I have no issue with it. How do y'all feel about this whole situation? How do you think it's going to affect Netflix and how you watch Netflix or how you watch YouTube? I'm curious.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pusha talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sign flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is bread and plain if you get it messy.